Hi, this is Brain. Topic for this session is creating your first program block. The first thing that you have to make sure before you create your first program block online is to ensure that your soft PLC is running and it is online. So after you have ensured that your soft PLC is running and it is online, we now open our formation, file, open, online. Okay, now we are taken to the module 3. Expand this, double click on your resource. After you double click on your resource, you are taken to the network tree. Now we are going to create our first program block. To do that, you have to double click on the resource. Not this one, because this is resource status. The top one, the highest of the hierarchy. Double click on the resource. After you double click on the resource, it will take you inside that resource block, where in this resource block, this is a workspace. This is your workspace. The workspace will be labeled A to AF and then 1 to 32. That's left to right, top to bottom. Let me expand this. Now at the bottom you have F1 for task, F2 for program, total IO, that's F3, F4 for part IO. Since we are making our first program, so we have to click on F2. Highlight F2, you drag your cursor, it shows a crosshair. Let's say I want to put my first program block in this cell, F4. Now it will bring up this pop-up window, and there are different categories of function block types. You have custom, standard, and program. In this session we are making the program block. So if you can see, currently we already have one program block, which is called the resource status. We're going to create a new one, so we click on the create button. Now another pop-up window will come out, which actually shows the function block type, which is user defined. And there are other entries too, but you don't mind about the other entries for now. So in this at this point we just have to fill up the function block type. Let me call this prog1. This is user defined. However, you just have to make sure that whatever user defined variable you put in, it should be representative of the information that it is trying to represent. So it says this is our first program block, so I'm calling it prog1. Now I click on the OK button. If you can see, we have now a new program block which is called prog1, and then I click on the select button. There it is. Now we have a new program block. To clear the cursor crosshair, all you have to do is right click your mouse button, and then that should be cleared. Now let's find out our first program block. You have to click and drag and go to window, zoom selected. There it is. Now we have our first program block. Let me get out of this, close. I'm taken back to my network tree. If I try to expand my network tree, you will see that I have now a new program block, which is the one that we had just created. It's now called prog1. It actually shows INV, which means that this program block is not yet defined as to which type of programming language are we going to use. Now let me double click on this. There it is. Now it's showing another pop-up window, and it's asking whether are we going to use function block diagram as the language type. Are we going to use ladder logic, sequential function chart, structured text? Well, let's use function block diagram and then click OK. Now, if you can see, after I click OK, I I was taken into another workspace. But this is this workspace, which is actually called prog1 because this belongs to this prog1 in the hierarchy. So now we have 3 layers. If I arrange this windows, now you have 3 layers. On the top side, top leftmost, you have your module tree, which actually represents the hierarchy of your hardware. Next, you actually have the network tree, which actually represents the hierarchy of the uh, program blocks. And of course, you also have prog1, which is actually what is inside this prog1 program block, and this is where you actually make your programs in this workspace. Our next topic will be we're going to make our first entry into our program block prog1.